The greatest tragedy of the loss of Taylor Hawkins is that he is now going to miss out on what is obviously going to be the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I searched long and hard for the biggest marks possible to talk about this WrestleMania from the greatest era of all time. We have got the legendary Grappler 7. How are you doing, 7?
Hey, I just want to wish you a belated St. Patrick's Day. I know how important St. Patrick is to the Irish community. So,
no, it's actually Sheamus and Finn Balor Day over here. Mark.
oh, okay, got it.
We also have the two-time world heavyweight father champion here. We've got a total shooter, Mark, Aussie guy. How are you doing, Dean?
Easy. Great to be here. Finally on It's Easier Low. I'm excited.
Thank you very much. So when the pregnancy, was it planned pregnancy, or did you do the job to a condom?
No, well, it was, I guess, planned. Yeah. We weren't against it. Let's put it that way.
So you made one of her eggs tap out?
I did.
Excellent.
Yep.
And even better than pregnancy talk, it's the all-time greatest grappler with the 6 on his mask, Grappler 6. Grappler 6, how are you today?
I am doing awesome. You know, this is a dream panel here, and you know, we all love WrestleMania season. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, it's the greatest time ever to be a fan. So many big matches that we all genuinely care about and will make plans to watch. And what no better time to start than with my favorite Fleetwood Mac album, The Rumors. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens.
What?
To me, that's a dream match.
What?
And I tell you this, if Steve Austin doesn't win, I will kill myself. So, 7, what about you? What's your predictions for Austin versus Kevin Owens?
Well, first, I want to say on Monday Night Raw, when I sat there on the couch drinking my beer alone, man, that Kevin Owens promo was one of the greatest works of art I've ever seen as, mimicking another wrestler. I mean, you know, didn't DX do the Corporation? DX did the Nation of Domination. Kurt Angle did Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Owens was just outdid himself and everybody else with this. This was almost like the pinnacle of like Razor and Shawn Michaels in the very first ladder match at WrestleMania. Wow, what a promo, setting the stage for the KO show. It's the most spontaneous, whatever the word they're using, KO show of all times. I mean, what's going to happen here? 6?
I do want to say, I mean, I agree with everything you said, 7. It was stupendous. And the makeup on his head was just phenomenal. You know, that art department that they have back there, the makeup people. I mean, I thought the guy was really bald. I mean, you couldn't even tell at all. Great job on that.
Dane, what about you?
Oh, I'm not going to be so markish for a moment. I'm talking about the bald head thing. That really did expose that Kevin Owens cannot ever shave his head. Like, he does not have a head for a bald head. But rumor has it, you mentioned
you should never shave your head either, by the way.
I look phenomenal with a shaved head. Rumor has it, Husey, you could probably attest to this. Mike Durbin's favorite segment is that Nation of Domination parody. He particularly likes the blackface. Would you agree, Husey?
Yes, that's the only part that he likes, and he walks around the house pinching his helmet while he sings the Ethan Suplee song from American History X. But I think we can all agree as a group that if Kevin Owens doesn't win this interview match, we will kill ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do it, I'll do it for sure.
6, suicide?
Yeah, man. I mean, if KO doesn't go over, I mean, you know, kick Stone Cold in his gut, drop him on his chin a couple times. I mean, I'm going to end my life too.
Good.
Can I throw out the possibility? Because there's a lot of big matches here tonight. Do we maybe Brother Martin, the first one? You know what I mean?
Just like say we're gonna do it, and then don't really do it.
Just do a piss weak attempt at it and fail miserably. Maybe we'll do that for this one.
We'll see. I might have cancer by then. Up next is my dream match. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes.
Burn it down!
Yes, by far the greatest of all time. I have to say that if Cody Rhodes debuts and doesn't win, I will kill myself. So we're going to start with you, Dean, for this dream match that you can't wait to see. What's your predictions for Cody versus Seth Rollins?
I look forward to, obviously, the Burn It Down. Well done, Grappler 7. Who doesn't love burning it down? It's phenomenal. Cody, if Cody does debut here and take on Seth Rollins, I probably will ejaculate. It will be one of the great, and then I might get my wife pregnant again. Who knows?
Oh,
that's how strong my sperm is. No, just from across the room. But yeah, if Cody doesn't win this, we won't end racism. So yeah, no, if Cody doesn't win this, I'll kill myself.
Yeah. 6, what about you? What's your hopes for this dream match?
I cannot wait to see that Cody neck tattoo on WWE television. I mean, it's something we all need to see. We all been waiting for. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed if he does not come out in his exact AEW gimmicks, character, tights, everything, music. I mean, if they fail to do any of that, I mean, because they're going to really send the message if they do that. So going to be quite the disappointment if he doesn't come out completely identical.
Exactly.
You've been listening to someone's Patreon, haven't you?
I subscribe to a couple of them.
Yeah.
7, you're a notorious Seth Rollins fan. Beforehand, he was Seth Rollins this, Seth Rollins that. What are you hoping for this match?
All I'm going to say, I'm going to make this short and sweet. If Cody Rhodes does not come out to the dashing theme song, I'll kill myself.
Up next is, without a doubt, my dream match. Probably the two greatest wrestlers in the world are Austin Theory and Pat McAfee, the commentator. Everybody knows me. I'm the biggest Austin Theory fan in the world. My money's on him to win, and if he doesn't win, I'm pretty much going to kill myself. 7, Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Predictions?
When does a commentator ever win a match?
You didn't see Commentary Mania?
Oh, was that the one with the little midget wrestlers?
Oh, yeah.
That one? Yeah, I did see that one. Okay. Austin Theory, Pat McAfee, commentator, Austin Theory, little guy. I mean, if Austin Theory doesn't win this, I mean, we have to kill myself, right?
Yes. Dean?
Oh, this is a legit mark out moment for me. Pat McAfee is bomb. I love everything Pat McAfee's done. This is genuine. I'm not even being a ridiculous mark here. He's the best thing in wrestling outside of Reigns and Lesnar. I love him. If Pat McAfee doesn't win, I will kill myself.
Now, does he give you an erection? Is he that good?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Good.
Well, how can you be a fan if you don't get a hard on while watching wrestling?
Especially if you're getting that blue chew. What's your code, promo code, Husey?
I'm not too sure. I'm listening to this show. 6, what's your take on McAfee versus Theory?
I gotta agree with Aussie guy here. I'm a pretty big Pat McAfee mark, and if he doesn't just take punt Austin Theory's head off into the 332nd row, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
Will you kill yourself?
And I will kill myself.
Yes.
The year is 2001. The biggest show on TV is Jackass. So, of course, it's the perfect time in the year 2022 to have the star of that show, after decades of concussions and horrific injuries, to wrestle a match. We are talking about Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in what I can only be described as a dream match. I do like Sami Zayn, but I'm a big Jackass fan. If Johnny Knoxville doesn't win, I'm going to kill myself. 6, we'll start with you. What's your take on this soon-to-be classic?
Well, this is going to be a classic. I agree with you on that. And, you know, this is what you did forget. This is an anything goes match, you know, and we got this conspiracy theorist, Sami Zayn, you know, who knows what he's going to have up his sleeve. Johnny Knoxville again, yeah, from the 20-year-old jackass fame. I mean, what a battle it's going to be. A classic catch can, you know, man, if Knoxville doesn't go over with the 1, 2, 3, I'm probably going to have to kill myself.
Aussie guy?
You say dream match. I'd go as far as saying wet dream match.
Oh.
The thought of Johnny Knoxville has taken Shane McMahon's role this year, I believe. Johnny Knoxville is going to do something ridiculous, like up, and it's going to be great to watch. And so this is going to be phenomenal. Yeah, if Johnny Knoxville doesn't get the win, flying off of some high structure through about 14 tables onto Sami Zayn, I'll kill myself.
7, suicide.
If Johnny Knoxville does not win this match, I will stand in front of a bedroom window with an erection.
Flash someone for minutes at a time. It's an inherent contradiction, isn't it?
Up next, the Edge versus AJ Styles. I think it's going to be good. Dean? 7.
Orgasm.
6.
Dream match.
Up next is what I can only describe as a dream match. We all know what I'm like, who I'm a big fan of, but we'll not get into that yet. But we are going to talk about the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus RKBro. Everybody knows I'm so not a racist. So if the Street Profits don't win, I'm going to kill myself. 7, what's your expectations for this dream match?
Well, when Six and I were little grapplers, we were big fans of RKBro. And then we got into a big argument over which one was better looking. So I have to go with Alpha Academy for this one.
Oh,
if they don't win, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm really into the stipulation, the triple threat, pin your own partner. You know, I mean, it's unique. It's something different. Obviously RK-Bro coming in as the champions, you know, I don't know. I'm a real big fan of the Street Profit characters too. I don't know their names or anything, but I think they're going over big time.
But what if they don't?
I'll probably end up killing myself.
Dean?
If I'm not able to figure out who the 4 of these people are, I'm going to kill myself.
Exactly. As we mentioned, it's the greatest WrestleMania card of all time, and nothing sums up the greatness of WrestleMania more than
super
this.
stupendous.
Oh yes, stupendous. The greatest WrestleMania of all time has given us what's likely going to be the greatest match of all time. I thought I was dreaming when this match was announced, but it was real. And that match is Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Clearly, these are the greatest performers in the world. They're all going to win the greatest match ever. We can just tell. It's hardly not even point in predicting it. My money's going on Sasha Banks and Naomi because I'm a pervert, and if they don't win, I will take a lot of tablets. Steen, what's your take for this classic?
Are you really doing this to me? Like, we're really doing this. I don't. Who? Yeah, Banks. I know Sasha Banks. She'll win. If she doesn't, I'll kill myself.
6.
I got, considering the stipulation for this particular match is the triple threat panties on a pole match, I'm going with Carmella and Queen Zelina because Carmella is just excellent at climbing the poles.
Yeah. But then if she takes time off.
Probably going to have to kill myself.
7. We know you're a big Ripley, Mark.
I am, and I have never not gotten an erection when I see Liv Morgan. So I'm going with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan for obvious reasons.
What happens if the champions, which are Zelina Vega and Carmella, retain their prestigious titles?
I will get neck tattoos and then kill myself.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Up next is a match we've never seen before, except in our dreams. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I'm going to go with The Rock's cousin. If not, probably going to run out into traffic. 7.
Well, being that this is a once-in-a-lifetime matchup, it's really hard to predict the outcome. I mean, you have on one hand, you know, the most dominant, you know, beast in the last 20 years in professional wrestling. And then on the other hand, you have The Rock's cousin. Who do you pick? I mean, this is where I let Six do my thinking for me. Go ahead.
Well, and the fact that it's a unification, winner takes all, the tribal chief, the beast incarnate, man, and he is The Rock's cousin. This is tough. He's got Paul Heyman out in his corner. You know, he does a spear. Rock's got the F5. This is kind of a toss-up. Dean, who you got?
How dare you? How dare all three of you?
Come on, don't fight, guys. Come on.
The Rock's cousin? He's the head of the table.
What's that even mean?
It means he's the champ and he's the legitimate champion.
Does he get to eat first or last?
He gets the big piece of chicken.
All right.
He cuts the pizza, not you.
He's there at Thanksgiving with the saw thing that plugs in for the turkey.
Yeah, that being said,
he only gets the white meat.
Oh yeah, but speaking of food, if Roman Reigns doesn't win, I'm going to starve myself to death. Up next is quite possibly going to be the greatest match of all time. I'm so happy that I haven't killed myself yet so that I can get to see this. It is Drew McIntyre versus, that's right, Happy Corbin. I like Happy Corbin because he's so happy. And if he doesn't win, I'm going to find a gun and I'm going to kill myself. Dane, you are obviously delighted to see this match. You had a new child specifically so that you could watch this match with them. Who is your prediction?
My prediction, well, the great Scottish lad, Drew McIntyre, also known as Drew Galloway on the indie circuit.
The brother knows.
That's right. He has to win this. If he doesn't win this, I am going to get Rhea Ripley to peg me so hard that it kills me.
6.
Man, this is a close one. I like Corbin. I personally liked him when he was melancholy Corbin. But this new joyful Corbin gimmick is good as well. But I see Drew McIntyre, being the beast that he is too. I think he's going to take his sword out, chop off Corbin's head, and get the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, if Corbin doesn't win, I want Drew McIntyre's sword so that I can fall on it and kill myself. 7, you look very handsome, by the way. Your predictions?
Well, me and Happy Corbin have a lot in common because ever since Corbin's been happy, I've been happy. And that makes 6 happy when 7's happy. And being Scottish myself,
yeah,
as you can see from my accent and the fact that I'm trying to hold back laughing, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre on this one.
There's nothing like a good dream match for WrestleMania. And up next is a match that I am ecstatic about. I may actually run out into the streets and start talking to strangers about it. Dominic and Rey Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. This is obviously the match we're all waiting for. It's our collective dream match. And you
don't really give the word dream match out very often, so that makes this very important.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is literally a dream match. I am gonna have to go with the Mysterios on this one because Rey is on the cover of the video game, and he also reminds me of a small boy, which is something that I enjoy. And if the Mysterios don't win, I'm going to go to Mexico and spit in the face of a police officer which will likely end to me being killed, which is how I like it to happen. Dane, what's your predictions for this obviously great match?
It will be amazing, and bringing just more amazing celebrities being brought in for WrestleMania. Gotta love the Logan Paul factor in this, and look, I find it hard to go past the Heat brother that Logan Paul pinning Dominic Mysterio would get. So, yeah, if the WWE fails to do that, I will have to sit down and watch Jake Paul and Logan Paul YouTube videos until I kill myself.
Exactly. 6.
The Mysterios. I think everybody knows I've never been the biggest fan of these luchador type wrestlers. So, the fact that we got The Miz, who's an iconic performer, right, in WWE, future Hall of Famer. We got Jake Paul coming in, and he's been doing great in his boxing matches, right? All of his little boxing matches he's been doing. I see him. My prediction is this: he's going to hit Dominic and Rhea at the same time with a big right hand, knock them both out, lay one on top of the other, and pin them for the 1, 2, 3.
What if the Mysterios do a double 619?
I will take my mask off and burn it.
7, my sweet.
Yeah, I like I agree with 6. I'm not much for luchadors or guys in masks. I think it really takes away from facial expressions and nonverbal communication. So, the Miz being, one of the, the most attractive men ever to lace up a pair of boots, and then obviously teaming with Logan Paul. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. That's just an A-list tag team, if you ask me. So I think the Miz, they win easily. Yes.
But
if they don't, I will take off my mask, and then you can see what I look like, and then I'll kill myself.
According to my sources, everybody knows I've got the inside scoop on this business that we all dedicated our lives to. This next match, it's a dream match, obviously, but it's possibly going to be a real fight. Well, they're all real. We all know wrestling's real. And that is the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And that's right, Rick Boogs. I like Rick Boogs' mustache. If he doesn't get to hold up a title belt beside that mustache, it's probably going to send me into a depressive state, which will, within a few months, lead to me hurting myself permanently. Dean, what's your take on this classic?
It is a dream match. It's hard to go against the Usos because they're cousins with the head of the table, so you got to think they're going to keep winning. But I wouldn't mind seeing old Boogsy pull the guitar out.
Ooh.
And maybe a bit of a guitar solo to on the comeback or something. So look, if I don't get a guitar solo from Rick Boogs, I might have to kill myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would think we would all agree with that. Look happened with Taylor Hawkins. Grappler 7, what is your prediction for this greatest match of all time?
Well, being that it is seriously the greatest match of all time, and then just the absolute amazing promos that Shinsuke Nakamura has been cutting up to this match. I mean, it really, it's going to put my butt in the seat for WrestleMania, and they have the opportunity during this match, given enough high spots and just, maneuvers and grapples, to actually physically give me a boner during the match. I mean, this match has that possibility.
6.
Obviously everybody knows, how inspirational the Usos have been to Seven and I, right? Over the course of time, from the fact that we even call each other Oos.
What's up, Oos? We always say that.
Pretty much that's all we say to each other. So, but on the other hand, considering the fact that this is a Quebec Providence rules match, I think that leaves King Nakamura and Rick Booger with the advantage being the fact that they're both Canadian.
You're right, Oos.
Thanks, Oos.
I like to think that they're called the Usos, but maybe I'll do that in WWE 2K video game. Up
you don't
next,
get to make your own entrances. What's the point?
Yeah,
there's no custom entrances.
I would have them in their entrance cutting grass on a lawnmower digitally.
Well, exposing their penis.
A dream match that we've only seen on TV, I think 8 times. So as the old saying goes, 9th time is the most interesting. And that is Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. I don't mean to get racist, but I want the black lady to win. I'm so sick of the Irish in the wrestling industry. I can't understand what they're saying. They're possibly always hungover. They may be recording a WrestleMania preview in their boxers because it's too warm and they can't handle the heat. And they also really need to go for a piss, which is why they'll possibly cut the next match a little bit short in discussion. So I'm going with Belair. And if she doesn't win, then it's racist, and racism makes me want to kill myself. 7?
Well, if we're going for who has the better hair, you have one girl who has nice, long, flowy, braided hair down to her ass that she uses as a weapon. And then you have some Irish chick. And Six will agree. We really do not like Irish people. Yeah, you know that. We've talked about that in private before. Like, we definitely don't want to associate with Irish people at all. So I know that's a little bit racist, but I mean, that's what we do here. So I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair winning the Raw Women's Championship.
Deanster?
Yeah, Bianca Belair, that hair, it's amazing. Anyone really from the UK, as far as I'm concerned. Just in general. So yeah, Bianca Belair with the big hair whip and smashing Becky Lynch for the title.
She's
if she
the
doesn't,
EST.
That's right. If she doesn't, I would like to turn that hair into a noose and put it over Hughesy's neck and kill Hughesy because he's a dirty Irish.
Yes. And then
I'll kill myself.
Yeah. What about you? The grappler sex addict?
Well, I got to agree with you, Husey. I think Becky Lynch, I mean, obviously nobody likes her accent. She is extremely hard to understand. But then on the other side, we got Bianca Belair, who, if I could just pew pew for a second, I think she's the biggest pile of trash going. So if Becky Lynch can twist her hair up and hang her with it, I think that would be great. And that's really what I want to see.
What if the opposite happens?
I'm going to have to kill myself.
We end now on what is obviously going to be the main draw of the show, the greatest match of all time. It's one that I dream about, and I'm actually thinking about it right now as I talk about it. And that is Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Charlotte Flair, as we all call her, Queen Flair, she is going to win because she dedicates her life to this business that we all dedicate our lives to. She is a star and the daughter of a wrestler called David Flair. If Rousey wins, I'm going to call Chris Benoit over and I'm going to have him kill me. 7.
Is it weird or uncomfortable for either or the three of you that I have a boner right now just thinking about this match and I haven't even seen it yet? I might have an orgasm right here, right now. It might happen, guys. I mean, we're talking about two of the best women wrestlers of all times. All times. Oh my! Oh.
Excuse me, best wrestlers. Gender has nothing to do with it. Hitler.
That's right.
6.
Oh, that's me. All right. So obviously we got the queen of plastic surgery, Charlotte. Everybody loves her. We got the poorest sport in America, Ronda Rousey, with her tremendous, and I mean tremendous promo ability. This one's really up in the air. Ronda Rousey can throw some punches and some kicks. Charlotte Flair, again, she's got that true classic catch-as-catch-can skill that she got from her dad. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I can't say I agree with 7 having a boner about this, but...
You don't?
No, I don't. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Ronda Rousey here.
Dean, not only is this the main match for me, but you're my main man. What's your main opinion before I go drain the main vein?
Hey guys, it really depends on if Ronda Rousey's sticking around beyond WrestleMania. That I don't know. I just don't know if she will. So I'm going with Charlotte.
But if not,
I'll expose myself to somebody and then kill myself.
I think this WrestleMania preview was obviously one that is going to mean a lot to people. We take the business very, very, seriously.
And Husey, real fast before we wrap this thing up. You know, I think there's one thing we're forgetting here. There's one extremely important thing. And obviously, when the four of us got together to collaborate this and bring this baby together, you know, there's one thing that I know we all find very important this weekend or coming up, right? It's the Hall of Fame, right? It's the Hall of Fame. So I would like to throw out a couple of the inductees here to get everybody's, you know, a couple memories of each of them, you know? So obviously everybody remembers Vader, right? You know, we saw him in Japan as Big Van Vader. Then he came over to WCW. You know, he wrestled Sting in the White Castle of Death, third layer of death matches, right? And then obviously his infamous WWE run. So what's everybody's feelings on Vader getting in the Hall of Fame?
Good.
Yes.
7?
I still have a boner I'm trying to get rid of.
Okay, fair enough. And then we have, obviously, The Undertaker. You know, this guy has died 1,000 times and come back. He's changed his gimmick multiple times. He was a biker, then he was a dead guy, and then he was something else, and then he was a dead guy again. What does it, you know, does everybody feel The Undertaker is deserving of the Hall of Fame?
Definitely. As soon as I seen that news on Twitter, I just walked around the streets going like this. Because he deserves it.
Yes. I thought initially that he deserved it, but now he's done a few interviews and he's calling all the current wrestlers soft. And I just think that's rude of Mark to do that. Yeah. Mark proving that he's a Mark.
Very inside right there.
Yeah.
MMA zombie Mark.
7, couple memories of the Taker.
Who did Undertaker ever beat?
Everyone.
Okay. So moving on to the main event. Obviously, this is a legendary, iconic performer, right? This is somebody who basically the Hall of Fame was made for performers like this.
Brooklyn Brawlers getting in?
Close. Guys, Sharmell. You know, Sharmell. I mean, what a tremendous talent. You know, if you guys could all share a couple of your favorite Sharmell moments, I mean, that would really, really make me feel good. Husey, who do you got? What are some of your favorite Sharmell moments?
Do you ever remember that time when she was Queen Sharmell and she said, "All hail King Booker"?
Yeah, tremendous. Oh, great memory. 7, what were some of your favorite memories of Sharmell?
Do you remember when she was with Macho Man and they wrestled Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire at WrestleMania? And then she sang the beginning of Shawn Michaels. Oh, Shawn! And then she was in WCW for a while, and she was a manager of Booker T and Stevie Ray at Harlem Heat. Those are some of my favorite memories.
Great memories of Sharmell, Sensational Sherry there. And Aussie guy Dean, you know, last but not least, what are some of your favorite? I know you're a huge mark for Sharmell, so if you could share a couple of your favorite memories.
Absolutely. I had nothing, but considering we could just take other people's memories. I love when she was with the Hardy Boys and she used to do the moonsault off the top rope with her G-string.
Her thong was tremendous.
Yeah. So they're my favorite memories.
Just as we're getting to wrap up, because the Scrapper 7 had a boner for Rousey versus Flair, I'm actually starting to get a piss boner, which is never a good sign. 7, do you have any plugs for Rad Rob?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at MarkSlayer7.
Oh, Deemster?
Twitter at that sussy guy. Just imagine that was a guy. And put an S where the A should be. And buy a shirt. Mike Durbin's Pro Wrestling Tee store. Buy a shirt.
Grappler 6.
And yeah, you can find me on Twitter, treating everybody fairly. It's at MarkSlayer6. That's SIX. And you can go pick up some of our very nice custom creative t-shirts over at MarkSlayerMerch.com.
Is that the gimmick store that we have?
That's our gimmick store.
And shall we end by all chanting Cody Rhodes' name 5 times each?
We're saying Cody.
Cody, 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 Cody,
Cody.
Tremendous.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!